All right, guys, welcome back and happy Friday. The Blackrock Bitcoin bid is absolutely relentless. And just like we talked about recently, guess what? The wirehouses, the banks, the institutions, they haven't come in yet, but we have big breaking news for you guys today. It's incredibly exciting. And if you haven't noticed, the market has been absolutely crushing it. But the goal of this channel is, of course, to help you guys make as much money as humanly possible over the next 18 months. And what we aim to do on this channel is massively outperform the market as a whole. Because in general, ladies and gentlemen, the market goes up, obviously, in a bull run. Everything goes up. But we have been doing exceptionally well. If you guys have been with me for a while now and subscribed, you know that. Do me a favor and destroy that like button if you've been getting a lot of value out of these videos. And if you're new to the channel, all good. There's plenty of time left. I'm going to keep doing my best along with my team to make sure that we bring you guys the hottest alpha in town. And without further ado, guys, let's get into the meat and potatoes of today. And we're going to start out like we always do, talking about Bitcoin. And you'll notice that I got some more trades open down here as well. But you can see right as this was a little bit of anticipation before the U.S. markets opened. There was quite a bit of a sell-off, and now we have recovery. This is probably, we don't have data yet. So there was probably another big outflow from Grayscale, but my guess is that IBIT or Blackrock probably made up for majority of it. And we'll get back to these trades in just a bit. I'll come back to this. So another thing too is I talked about this recently. We had the second highest monthly close ever for Bitcoin. It was near the highest ever, but it didn't quite get there. The second highest monthly close, but it was the highest monthly close in 26 months for ETH. We are rocking and rolling, ladies and gentlemen. So we do have data from yesterday, and this is quite shocking. So if you go down here and look at the 29th of February, you can see that there was a staggering $598 million out from Grayscale. It's kind of alarming considering just a few days ago we thought it was slowing down a lot. You can see here 44 million, 22 million, and then picking it up in the past 1, 2, 3 days, that's 300. You basically had just shy of $1 billion outflows, which is, in my opinion, good, right? We want to see Grayscale toxic thing just unload. but the beautiful thing here to pay attention to is even though 599 million outflows from Grayscale, look at BlackRock just coming over here with $604 million of inflows to leave us with a net positive inflow for the day of $92.4 million. So BlackRock just saving the day and just the relentless bid. I mean, look at the second highest is Fidelity over here with 44.8. It's just remarkable to see this. Is this the exact same tweet I just had open? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so what else we got over here? So IBIT, or BlackRock's ETF, is the newest member of the 10 billion club. Fastest ever to get there. Only 152 ETFs in this club out of 3,400, including GPDC. First $10 billion so touch because so much has come from inflows. So tough, maybe you might say, I don't know. In IBIT's case, 78% of AUM is flows. Second, $10 billion easier because market appreciation, bigger variable. Okay, so whatever, they hit the $10 billion club. VJ says, Bitcoin absorbed a $600 million dump with barely a scratch. Let that sink in because these bankruptcy-related sales are not going to last too much longer. And, it's funny because people make a big deal about worrying about something like what was it called? The Mt. Gox exchange, and that was like 10 years ago, right? And so actually I'm curious. I was going to make a tweet and ask this question, and I probably still will, but let me know in the comments below. First of all, I want to know if you're watching this, if you did have any Bitcoin in Mt. Gox, And just let me know if you did. And even if you didn't, just put yourself in that situation for a minute. Imagine that 10 years ago, you had, let's say 100 Bitcoin or 500 Bitcoin, right? Because it was super cheap at the time. And let's say you had 500 Bitcoin and now 10 years later, 11 years later, and that Bitcoin was like under $100 then, right? It was like, it was nothing. And then now you're about to get it back and Bitcoin's at $62,000 and you still have, and you're not getting all of it back because the people who had lost it aren't going to get it all back, but I think it's something like a third of it or something. So let's say that you had, 170 Bitcoin coming back to you or something, right? Which is like, it's like $5-6 million or whatever, right? What would you do with that Bitcoin? Would you sell it all because you're just like, I finally get my money for this? Or would you sell some of it? Or would you hold it knowing that we're coming into a bull market? I do want to ask this question on X as well, but I'm curious in the comments if you guys could let me know. Because people really fear, and I'm not bringing this up because there's any imminent, we talked about this a while ago, right? Like that this actually might happen. But the point I'm trying to make is I don't think it's going to be much of an issue because I think there's like $1.8 billion of Bitcoin that might come back. And when BlackRock's buying $500 or $600 million a day, that gets absorbed very, very quickly. You might have a little, but that was if everyone, and that's why I'm asking this question. So as you can see, Eric Balkunas says, we had a cool off period in volume yesterday. Still the second highest volume day ever, but quite small compared to the day before. And then he says, is this the new normal or just a temporary burst? We will see. And I'm curious to see what happens today on the flows. So more wild stats. IBIT makes up 0.2% of BlackRock's ETF lineup, but has accounted for 42% of its net flows this year. So I think BlackRock, remember we were talking about their winning streak. It was like 597 to 1, and now like 598. So they have like 600 ETFs, and their one Bitcoin ETF makes up for 42% of the flows out of all those ETFs. Insane. And Fidelity, the FBTC, Fidelity's ETF for Bitcoin, makes up 2% of Fidelity's ETF lineup, but has accounted for 64% of net ETF flows this year. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So this is what we were talking about, guys. In the article I read you yesterday from wherever it was, we were talking about the institutions, the IRAs that weren't necessarily in yet. And now we have word from CoinDesk that Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, and Wells Fargo are reportedly offering spot Bitcoin ETFs to their clients. This happened like this, right? It went from speculation to confirmation like so fast. Why? Because everyone is demanding it, right? Everyone's demanding it, so they have to. They have to, you do what your customers ask you to do. Otherwise, they go somewhere else. So Fred Cougar says, with Merrill now on board, we have just enabled a potential of 2 million accounts and 3 trillion assets into the Bitcoin ETF, Wells Fargo investments, and more. So, guys, 3 trillion, and yesterday I was reading that Merrill's 4 trillion, so somewhere between 3 and 4 trillion, plus Bank of America, plus Wells Fargo, now are going to also start deploying into these ETFs as well. So not only do we have, all the other big giants, but now the banks are coming in as well. And then that's just step one. And then we've got pension funds, and we've got all these other things coming in too. And so this is just going to be constant flows. I don't know. And that's why I drive it home every day, because if you lose sight and just pay attention to the charts, and you see pullback a little bit or whatever, you're looking on crypto Twitter and you see someone who's bearish and they say, oh, we're going back down to 45,000, or I find value in making these videos every day because it reminds me of just how bullish we need to be right now. And it gives me confidence to put in my bids. It gives me confidence to open some longs. You know, we'll go back to our longs are, you know, almost all in the green. Solana not doing as well as I thought, but I'm sure this has been green red all day long. But anyway, we've got my Bitcoin bit. I just keep adding to it right now. It's at $681,000 of value, up 30%. And ETH, this you guys know I have this open for a while, up 48%. And the Solana one now just down 5%. And WIF finally after I've been, my spot position is still huge. And guys, if you got into WIF with me, you're up 25x. It's insane, right? And that's what I'm talking about is bringing you guys the alpha. And there's more coming in this show. So sit tight and we're about to tell you about it. Okay, so this was big news. So Justin, breaking news. Tim Buckley is stepping down as a CEO of Vanguard at the end of the year. Kind of a shocker, to be honest, although he has been there for 33 years. Greg Davis appointed president, board on search now for new CEO. So this was the guy, and I played the video for you guys a while back, right? And you know, the two largest asset managers in the world are Blackrock and Vanguard. If you go to Yahoo Stocks or Yahoo Finance and you look at like every major company in America and like really the world, and then you go to major shareholders, it's always on every major company like BlackRock and Vanguard, right? And I think BlackRock has like 13 trillion under management, and I think Vanguard has somewhere close to that, right? Between 10 and 11, 12, something like that. And there was a video that I shared on my channel here about this guy, Tim Buckley, going and saying, yeah, we're not going to offer Bitcoin. The same reason we don't offer gold. We prefer in looking at assets that have, you know, passive income or something like that, right? And so some people speculate that he's stepping down because he has a conflict of interest or he doesn't want to offer Bitcoin, but there's so much demand from it. I mean, I think it's in the next, yeah. So if you're a Vanguard advisor, your company protected your clients from a 50% gain in a month in the Bitcoin ETFs. What would your clients do without you? So it's kind of sarcasm there, but like seriously, like you're managing $10 trillion of your client's money, and you didn't do the research enough to understand Bitcoin. You brushed it off as something insignificant, even though you're the number one homie, your number one competition, Mr. Larry Fink and BlackRock, came out very aggressively saying this is bullish, and you chose to ignore it. And you could have given your clients access to an instrument that got them 50% gains in 1 month, which is what most hedge funds do in like 2 years. Yeah. If I was on the board, I would also ask you to step down politely. And if you didn't, I'd tell you to get the F out, right? So who knows? Maybe we'll see this Bitcoin spot from Vanguard, you know, sooner than later. I mean, you got to imagine that their clients are asking for it, right? And that's even going to get that pressure will increase as the price of Bitcoin goes up, you know, and everyone and all the rich people around them who are giving their money to Vanguard to manage, they're going to see their other friends whose money is being managed by BlackRock, and they're going to be at the golf course, you know, at some really expensive golf course, and the dude whose money is with BlackRock, who decided to put 15% of his portfolio, $10 million or whatever, you know, in the Bitcoin spot ETF, and he made $5 million last month just on that one allocation alone. And the other homie who's got his money with Vanguard made 1% that month. You gotta, I mean, think about that for a second. Like, there's no way you're staying with a dinosaur advisor, right? You're gonna move to the guys who are being innovative, finding you the best yield. Bitcoin is now the 5th largest money in the world. this is something that I've been dreaming about forever, since 2012, right? I mean, literally, if you go back and you look at my lottery page, the Facebook page is still up, World Super Lotto. The domain was winwsl.com. And I used to talk about Bitcoin as a currency. And I used to say in that stuff, because it's a currency, but it's not regulated by any country at the time, I can do this lottery. And of course, at the time, it was the least largest currency in the world. But now it's the number 5. And the only reason that Eurozones is bigger is because they aggregate 20 different countries in there, right? But you remove them, and really you just have Japan, China, and the United States above it. Freaking remarkable. This is just going to snowball here, right? And I believe it's the number is around when Bitcoin gets to $250,000. I believe that's the number when it takes this mofo out, right? And then what's Donald Trump going to say? When I believe in the strongest currency in the world, it's called the dollar, right? But you and I both know that the hardest, best currency in the world that's not going to be devalued, that they cannot confiscate from you, that is yours truly to own and will not be devalued, is Bitcoin. No other real currency in the world has that that can claim that clout, right? So Ray Dalio, who's one of the best investors of all time, I read his book recently called The Changing of a World Order. And he's done so much, one of the most researched kind of financial analysts, right? And as you can see from this chart here, it says U.S. equity markets bubble gauge. And you can kind of see the 1920s here when it was a bubble up here, and then boom, the Great Depression. And then you can see in 1990s, there was another Great Depression over here, boom, bubble. But we're right here right now. And he says, today, not particularly bubbly day, right? And so a lot of people are out there saying right now that, because things are looking so vertical. I mean, let's come back here and look at the, look at this, right? That is a bullish chart, the monthly, right? It's just, I mean, that kind of feels like it's parabolic right now. And so a lot of people are thinking that this is the top, but we're not even close to the top. This is, so here we go, this is from, I forget who, what is his name? Raoul Pal, I think. All that matters, ETF flows will amplify it. We early. I don't know if this is Raoul Pal, is it? No, this is someone else. But I think that he got this from him. So this shows the global liquidity index. And where we're seeing is that there's just not a lot of liquidity right now in the market. And what I actually didn't include it in the show today, but there was news of one of the banks, I think it was New York something bank. It was one of the banks that actually acquired, was it Silicon Bank, the one that went under? So they are recently in trouble. And I've been talking about this before. We know that China is printing tons of stimulus money, right? And if the US is going to start bailing out banks, and we have a presidential election, and if they're going to start lowering interest rates, they're probably going to start doing quantitative easing. They'll call it something different, and printing money, which we know is good for markets, as we saw here in 2021 bull run, right? And here in 2017 bull run. So this is what we want to see. We want to see it following this trend line here. And what it says is we're gonna peak out in late 2020, Q3, Q4, 2025. And that lines up about perfectly with the market cycles here. So retail is coming back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm frozen again. That's not the best face, is it? Why? Why am I freezing? That's horrible. What's going on? Horrible. Let's go back to this one. Okay. Sorry, guys. That's not as bad. That's not so bad. Okay, there we go. All right. So, as you can see here, Coinbase ranking app store. So, just last week it was 422, and then the next day 345, and the next day 252, and then that's when I think that's when Coinbase, Binance, and KuCoin went down. You guys saw my tweet. And then yesterday, 128 ranking app. So retail's coming back. And that's going to be so interesting for the altcoin market. This is when our beloved altcoin season is really going to come into full effect. But this is what I was talking about before. So Zach Vogel says, quote, "The market is topping. My brother in Christ." No one is here except ETF suits who have won a 10-year battle with the SEC and crypto natives who are too retarded to leave, like this guy. We haven't even started the bull run. So I want to bring your guys' attention now. We're going to get into the altcoin segment here. And this is the tool I've been telling you guys about for a while, Kaito. And we're just going to go to insight section to show you where mindshare is at, right? And yeah, we got Blast up here, just launched like within the last 24 hours. The whole ecosystem is developing there, right? But there's been some, we're not going to talk about much. But look at right here, Dogwifhat. Look at this mind share. It's just absolutely insane spiking up here. You guys zoom in there for a little bit for you. Can't zoom in for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, anyway. So 2% of the whole market, when it comes down to token mind, is thinking about Dogwifhat. Unbelievable. And then we've got Pepe right behind it. And we have also, but the third largest as far as mindshare is Solana, right? And if you look here, you really got Solana with Bonk, and then of course Pepe, but those first three are in the Solana ecosystem. And you guys may have noticed, if you've been trying to use Ethereum lately, that gas fees are getting insane again, right? When I was doing swaps earlier, it was costing me like $100 per swap, right? Just to do 3 swaps cost me like $300. Like, this is not sustainable for most people, right? Like, can you spend $100 for a swap? I mean, it's insane. So what are your alternatives? Well, you can go to layer 2s, but they don't seem to be very popular, right? I mean, you've got Solana, which has 3.5 times the mind share of the second best solution for scalability, which is Arbitrum, right? And then after that, you really have Optimism, who has 0.8% of the market, the mind share. So Solana is where I'm looking to place a lot of my bets. Now, I'm really, really happy to be able to bring this guys to you, right? We came in very early on this show and talked about with Pepe before, right? I was covering that with you guys the whole way up from, I think, $150 million market cap all the way to 1.7. And then I brought you guys Bonk as well. And then we sold Bonk right out the Binance listing. And I started covering WIF with you guys as well at $40 million market cap. And now it's at over $1 billion. It's over 25x. I mean, that's insane. If you put $1,000 in, it's now worth $25,000, right? It's now one of my largest bags is WIF. So, but, you know, I'm here to tell you guys today that I think these are going much, much higher. And I also think the Solana ecosystem is something that we want to focus on. Now, you can see that the total TVL in Solana breaks 2.5 billion. The second highest, or sorry, it's the highest since May 2022. So we're getting a lot more inflow into Solana. And what TED Talks Macro says, he retweeted his tweet from earlier saying Solana at $23, this is back on October 7th, 2023, is far superior to Solana when it was trading at $200. Only a matter of time until you all realize it's the superior L1. And he quotes this: Solana's latest update brings native support for private blockchain transactions. And he retweeted this and said, it's been a while, but here it goes. Solana at $136 is far superior Solana to when it was trading at $200, $250. So the Solana team has been relentlessly building and improving Solana. And if you guys have been with me for a long time, you knew that I was quite outspoken about it last season when it kept going down. And then when things started to turn bullish last year, I started paying attention to everything Solana had been doing, realizing that it wasn't going down, and realizing that the community was legendary. And so for that reason, I think, and everything else, the fact that they can do NFTs beautifully, the user experience is amazing, the phones, the meme community, like it's on point, right? And so I want to just point out one thing to you here right now. So Solana's fully diluted valuation is $75 billion. You know, and Ethereum is 411. Now, this might be a little bit of a bold statement here, but Ethereum is going to be so unusable. And Solana, especially when it implements Fire Dancer, it can do 1 million transactions per second, and it has a beautiful UX and UI. And you don't have to bridge over from layer 1 to layer 2 with Ethereum to layer 2s. And the layer 2 ecosystem has such competition, right? Now, of course, a lot of these solutions are being built to solve that. We talked about them before, like Connext, like Zeta Chain, like CCIP from Chainlink. And those things also like what Connext is doing with the chain abstraction, like beautiful things that will make that superior experience. But, you know, a lot of these layer 2s and Ethereum ecosystems need modularity for even cheap fees. And Solana does it all natively on chain. So the reason I explain this all to you is that because I think that Ethereum goes to $2 trillion. There's a 5x from here, right? This bull run. And I think it's reasonable to expect that Solana goes to at least 1 trillion. Now that's a 13x from here. So if you're watching this, it depends on what is your risk appetite, right? Maybe you're not comfortable with meme coins, and maybe 13, maybe even like a little bit less, maybe less, maybe more conservative, an 8 to 10x. If that sounds good to you, then Solana is a really good bet, in my opinion. I think it's going to be, it has by far, from an infrastructure perspective, the best community, amazing devs, amazing marketing, amazing culture, everything that you need to be a thriving ecosystem. And it's a really, really nice user experience compared to Ethereum. So I just want to bring that up, but I'm going to go into really now if you want to make more than 10 to 13x. And so I've been saying this before, and I just want to drill it in your head because we see the same kind of patterns happening again from when we covered Pepe before and when we covered Bonk before. And you can see that the trading volume is now 200 and $1.20. Oh, $1.20. How's my long doing? Let's see. Where is it? Whiff. 122. Oh my God. Let's look at this. If we go to 30 minutes, you can see that I did I just put another one in. Where was it? 1 hour. Where's my other buy? I don't know, it's not showing you, but anyway. The first one was like $1.02, and then I continued to like add to it. This thing is just going crazy. $1.25. It's nuts. Absolutely, absolutely nuts. What is that right now, guys? Sorry, I'm just shocked by this. So this is over. So now we're approaching a 30x from when we first talked about it, a $40 million market cap. But what I want to talk to you guys about with Dogwifhat, there's a lot, like for a good meme to be a good meme, it has to have memetic value. And with hat just does, right? Like it's so easy to do something with hat. And a lot of this has to do with timing too, right? If Bonk would have launched or got its viral moment, you know, at this time, maybe it wouldn't have came down from Binance. And I'm not saying that when Dogwifhat is listed on Binance spot, I will likely sell my position just based off what we've seen historically. And then I will buy back in, and it will probably take some months to recover, and then it'll probably go back up again. But I will definitely take a lot of profits at that time. But I do think that Pepe, Dogwifhat, those are my two favorite horses in the race right now when it comes to meme coins. The most upside. Pepe, how are we doing with Pepe over here? Well, let me first of all, let me get to the rest of this. But she's holy moly, amazing. Amazing. Let me go over here and should I do it? Look, where did it go? It got up to like nice little pullback. Let's go look at let's just do this live right now while we're here. 5 minute, 1 minute. Okay, so we have a nice little, so got all the way up to $1.30. Had that nice round number. People sold off. Now it's going back up. I'm gonna add another 25% here to it. $1.23. Exceeded my risk limit. Screw you. If it ever says that to you guys, just go here. Risk limits. Let me increase 250,000. Oh, come on, we're gonna go crank this up. There we go. All right, so this thing's just gonna, I think this thing's just gonna go viral. We're gonna add. Okay, let's maybe be patient for a second. Oh, you guys can't see it. There we go. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'll let it chill for a second. Maybe not. What do you guys think? Wish you were interacting with me right now that we could do it. All right, so maybe I don't know, this thing's so strong. How's Solana doing? Solana's back up. Okay, looks good. I'm gonna add at 121 right now, live. I'm gonna add to my position right here. I like this pullback. 25% of what I got available. 120. Boom, there we go. 122. Okay, so added to that, which makes my WIF position value now at $300,000. Okay, moving on. So this account purchased $1 million of WIF over the last 10 minutes. We are going so much higher. And this makes perfect sense to me, right? Like I even added more, even though my spot position in WIF is huge, I added more. Why? Because it's almost the easiest thing that's gonna go the highest in the quickest. Like there's nothing right now that's gonna send WIF they're not gonna rug pull. People aren't going to all of a sudden sell in unison. There's too much good news around it. And inevitably you have the overhang of Binance listing still happening, right? Which hasn't happened yet, right? You need that Binance listing. And really, like, let's see, let's go to, so crypto.com, I'll tell you that news in a second, but you don't have a lot of, okay, you have Kraken, but you're missing OKX, you're missing Binance, you're missing, what does Bybit not even have it? Gotta be kidding me. No. Like what? They must. Does Bybit have it? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Point is that people can still look forward here to the Binance listing. And okay, so now we're going to go, this is big, really, really big. So Robinhood in Europe, so not the US one, when the US does it, this is probably their little test run. So these are all the assets from Robinhood in Europe, and Dogwifhat was just added. Which is crazy because I don't see Bonk here, right? I don't see Bonk, but I see Dogwifhat. And there's no denying that it's just a better meme. It's just a better meme. And that goes a long way. You can see here at crypto.com institutional, new USD trading pair has been added with and USDT. Okay. Let me finish the meme coin section and I'll come back to this, which is really, really important. Pepe also, guys, I bought, I had my bag right back. I think I was talking to you guys about it many months ago when it was at like 300 million. It pulled back from that 1.7 million. I bought in a pretty decent bag, which is now quite big. But even now, I love to see this. Why? Why do I love to see this? Because Pepe is just, it's already listed on Binance. So you don't have the overhang of the Binance listing. Like Binance listing plays two ways of a role. One is the build up to when people are waiting for it, that's exciting. People know it's coming. And then when it gets announced, boom, you like huge skyrocket in price and volume. And then my theory is that probably Binance is buying a lot of that up before, when they know they're going to list it, they're buying a lot of it up. And then once they do list it, bam, they make a bunch of money and sell a bunch. And then it crashes the price down for a while and it takes some time to recover. But the good news here with Pepe is that it is basically back to all-time highs at the time of the Binance listing. And we don't have the overhang anymore, right? And you have a very distributed, fairly distributed coin here, fully diluted. There's no more circulation that's going to come in. Remember, the developers left a long time ago or whatever. So this thing is fully open, fully community driven. And I do believe strongly that Pepe, Pepe is the #1 meme in the world. Ask ChatGPT, it'll confirm that. And so I think this thing's going to go, I think this thing can easily go to $40 billion. And I was actually, I'm in the Crypto Banter news group, and had this discussion going on earlier, and I said, guys, do you think it's unreasonable for Pepe or WIF to go to a $40 billion market cap? And then someone said, Doge right now is 17 billion. How could these ones go to 40 billion? There's no way. I said, yeah, well, Doge is 17 billion right now, but Doge's all-time high market cap was 89 billion. And if we expect this bull run to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times larger than the last bull run, then maybe Doge goes to $250 billion. And then the smaller, newcomers, the Pepes and the WIFs, they go to what Shiba and Bonk did before, which was $40 and $89 billion. So maybe Pepe goes to 89 billion, which is still 40 something X from here. Freaking phenomenal. So the point I'm making right now is like, and I do genuinely believe these things are going to happen, right? I do believe, and I'm putting my own money. I just bought another big bag of Pepe today at literally this market cap. And my WIF bag is already, but I added to it as well. Because I think that when retail comes back in, they're going to be buying memes, right? We talked about this yesterday. They're not going to be buying paralyzed EVMs and modular blockchains and, ZK encryption, zero knowledge, privacy transaction layers on that, do all kinds of cross-chain. Like they don't know what any of that is. They know what Bitcoin is, and they know what funny pictures are that make them laugh. And they buy those funny pictures that make them laugh, these memes. And the rest of the meme market taken off too. Hemule, Vitalik's cat. So I haven't bought this yet, but I'm just putting it on your attention. Go do your own research and see if it's something that you like. Hemule, up 216% today. As you can see, look at all-time charts. Explosion in meme. We've been talking about this, guys. I've been telling you guys this. Now, this was put on my radar today. Catwifhat. Now, typically, I don't really like these derivative plays, but this thing seems to have like some pretty serious traction, right? 74.5 thousand followers on Twitter. The posts that are made from it get decent engagement. I mean, it's not crazy yet, but we could be still early. But look, it's also like kind of a crazy chart. And I bought in this thing at the first. I bought 3 orders today. One was at 44 million. The next was at like 46 million, and I think 50 million, right? So I bought like somewhere like here, and here, whatever. And then at this correction, I'm like, I'm an idiot. I bought the top, and now it's going again. So there's this kind of like, I've been talking about this with some people. There's this kind of theory that maybe cats overtake dogs this run. And if it is, things like Hemule, Catwifhat, and then there's another one too that did I add it here? We'll talk about Shido in a second. The other one it's called USDC, which is upside down cat. Is it up here somewhere? Let's see. I think it's on, is it on Solana? It's on Solana, I think. Where is it? Here? Yeah. Upside down cat. Look at. So they want to bring this thing to $1 and they're calling it, pegging it to $1. So these are some meme coins I'm looking at right now. I haven't bought into them yet. I like to have a bit higher conviction. Like, this thing has a cool narrative. Like, can we bring it to $1? Peg USDC to $1. Like, that's kind of funny. It's upside down cats. But look at the cat narratives too. And you guys know that may or may not know, but Nyan is another one that I know the team who made this, and there hasn't been a lot of activity here, but they kind of had like a nice little explosive start, and then pulled back, and now there's just not a lot going on. But I know the team has been building stuff. And so I'm not saying go out and buy this right now, because I have to catch up with them and figure out where they are. I know they've been building a game and some other things too, but I think they have some other plans. So I'm not saying go buy this thing right now, but if it is cat season, this is the most famous cat in the world. So, and then Shido, guys. Shido, a lot of you guys in my community were asking me about Shido. And we're wondering if it was a rug. I was concerned too, and they did it. And I think the market cap, before the exploit happened, was around 70 million. And so they did airdrop, and now it's back to 70 million. All good. You guys in your wallet, you should have been airdrop your tokens, the same wallet that you had them in before. And congratulations. We're back to normal. So I want to address that with you guys real quick. And last but not least, I want to show you a video.
No other project.
Here we go. Wait. Whoa. Chill out.
No other
Whoa.
project.
Chill. Okay. Here we go. Now let's move my noggin out of the way. Let's see. Here we go. This is good. Very good video. Okay, let's go.
No other project in crypto like this at all.
I've never seen an opportunity like this for normal retail investors to get into projects of this caliber. Like, I just don't think it exists.
It's the first time ever a venture capital fund is going to be given away for free.
Really, some of the best VCs in the space have invested in all these projects.
These are very strong teams that have been building for multiple years.
The projects are really insane. I haven't seen anything like this.
Nobody leaves empty-handed. So if you complete the minimum tasks, you get on the leaderboard for the campaign. You will be given a reward.
What is the catch? Like, what are these tasks that people have to do on the app?
It can be across socials, join socials, promote some key tweets from a project, try what the DApp is, whether it's a game or like a middleware.
It's an unreal feeling having this all come to fruition now. It was, it's been a lot of work.
You're getting emotional, Carl. Oh my God.
Yeah. Who knows how big this could go.
So, guys, it's just been blood, sweat, and tears for 2.5 years, and this is the best. Like, one of the best things you can go do is go do this. And in the description below or in the pinned comments or something, I'm going to put my affiliate link for the XP mining and so the rewards. And essentially, what I'm going to do is, if you guys use my affiliate link, it helps my XP, and if we end up, whatever I get from doing this, I am going to 100% give back to you guys, my community. You have to be in the VVIP group, but the good thing is it costs you nothing to do that. And the instructions on how to get in the VVIP group are down in the link below or in the description below. But guys, go do this, because if you do this, there's a very good chance that you get and these are very easy to do. I can to do it on my phone all day long. It's so easy. It's like, go follow this project, go follow that project, take a screenshot, upload it. Like, it takes a little bit of time, but it's not tedious. It's very easy to do. It's smooth. And you get to go check out all these amazing projects, play games, and do cool stuff like that. And if you just dedicate some serious time to it, like not like a month, but like, you know, like a weekend or something, you could climb your way all the way up to the top of the leaderboard. And there will also be some other channels from some of our supporters or ambassadors that will be doing some special giveaways where they're going to get some extra XP points. I will share that with you guys as well. But look, if you're in the top 10 on the leaderboard, you get $10,000 slice. It means you get $10,000. It's like a free $10,000 check into a VC fund that has at least 15 amazing projects in it. Like, that $10,000 could easily turn into $300,000, $400,000 easily in a bull run. These are sick projects at VC prices, much better than IDO prices, VC prices. And you're getting 10,000, like, and this is real. You could do it. Just go download the app and try. It's not too late. Top 50 gets a $5,000. That could easily turn into $150,000. Guys, why, if you're not doing this, why are you not doing this? Top 1,000, $1,000 for free into a VC fund that could easily turn into $25,000, $40,000. And if you just go do the minimum amount of tasks that are required, you're going to get your share of wealth tokens as an airdrop. So no one's leaving empty-handed. There's no reason that you guys shouldn't be doing this. It's absolutely free money. It's amazing. It's one of the coolest things that's going on in crypto right now. And as you can see, the community is absolutely blowing up. 45,000 followers. This is going to be a huge project. 460,000 impressions on this last video. The app is working really well, guys. That's it for tonight. I will catch you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.